Hi, my name is Ryan Kirby. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Boston originally. I've lived there my whole life up until about 3 years ago when I moved to LA. I'm married, I don't have any kids, got married last May. And I work right now as an Uber and Lyft driver, and I bartend sometimes on the side. My heartburn started when I was in high school. Maybe I didn't have the best diet then, I drank a little too much, and just it became a very serious thing. It was about a month straight where every day I would have, it almost felt like acid reflux, like there would be acid coming up my esophagus, and swallowing and breathing would hurt tremendously. It was pretty much terrible. And that comes and goes. It's not awesome, it's not as prevalent as it used to be, but it definitely does rear its ugly head sometimes. What triggers my heartburn the most is definitely drinking, especially malt beverages, something like twisted teas or those sparkling drinks, which are delicious and I love them, but if I have a couple of those, I'm pretty much down for the count. So I am a huge Patriots fan. I've been a Patriots fan pretty much since birth. Growing up in Boston, they've really run my fall and winter. When I was back home in Boston, we would all get together and do a potluck pretty much every Sunday. Everyone brings a delicious food dish. Some of the favorites are a Dorito taco salad, buffalo chicken mac and cheese, and I make these things called pinwheels, which is ham, cream cheese, and then you roll a pickle up in it. It sounds kind of gross, but it's so delicious. So we all get together, kind of do that during the day, and then just sit down, watch, cheer with our teams. Obviously, we have some superstitious things that we do. My friend can only sit in a wooden chair, that kind of weird stuff. For playoffs, we just incorporate more and more people to come. Friends of friends. We try to always be throwing the biggest party. Even when I moved to LA, I have a good crew of Patriots fans here, and we will throw parties, 30, 40 people. Last year, I was lucky enough to actually go to the Super Bowl. A friend of mine got tickets, and we went. Unfortunately, didn't have the best result, but it was an awesome time. It was so much fun, just being able to be there and feel the energy, and it was amazing. It's a time I'll never forget. Even with this food, especially the buffalo chicken mac and cheese, that is a trigger for my heartburn. I can't not eat it, so I have to do it in small doses, but if I eat too much of that, it really, I feel like it's like a tightening in my chest. Like I said, swallowing hurts. If I burp or anything like that, it just feels like I burn my whole esophagus. So back in high school, like I said, it was going on for about a month, and I was a stupid high school kid, so I didn't really go to the doctor or anything about it. But one time, I'd take Tums and they wouldn't work so well. Maybe quelled it for a minute, but it would be right back. But one time I took a Pepsid Complete, and I don't know, it reset my whole deal. I took it, and I felt it almost immediately, and the next day it didn't come back, and it was definitely the best day of my high school life, I would say. Maybe an exaggeration. All right, that was maybe an exaggeration. But it definitely, because I was in a bad way. I couldn't go out. I couldn't enjoy myself. I felt like, maybe this was going to be forever. So luckily it wasn't. And so I've tried some things here or there. Like I said, it's not chronic, so it just kind of comes and goes. Whenever it comes, I try to take Tums, try to take Pepsid, and that usually does the trick. I've never had any issue swallowing pills. Actually, my mom would disagree with that. When I was little, I had a really hard time swallowing pills, but now I'm no problem. I can do it without water, just throw it in the back, it's easy. Generic or store brand products, I don't have an issue with them. I really feel like, from what I read, it sounds like it's the same thing, only without a label, you know, and I'm not brand loyal or anything, so if it gets the job done, I'm in. No problem at all. And as far as what would it mean to me to be heartburn free during a Patriots game, during the football season, oh man, I'd probably gain a couple pounds. I'd probably be indulging myself a little more in those wings and those buffalo chicken. Ooh, I love me some buffalo chicken. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I mean, as far as entertaining goes, I love it. I want as many people around as possible. You know, as long as they're Patriots fans. I've had some bad experiences the other way, but no, I'm just kidding. Everyone's welcome at my place. We usually switch off places. Who's gonna do it? One week I'll host. The next week, you know, I have a buddy that lives down the street. He'll host. It's almost always the same crew, and like I said, everyone brings food, so hosting responsibilities is pretty much, you know, making sure the beer is there and then doing the dishes at the end. So thank you very much for hearing me out, and I look forward to working with you guys. Appreciate it.